All right, listen up dreamers, adventurers, festival fanatics. We're about to dive headfirst into a year-long party, a whirlwind of music, culture, and experiences that'll leave you speechless. This isn't your average top 10 list, no way. This is the ultimate 2025 festival travel guide, meticulously curated, packed with insider tips and tricks that only a seasoned festival veteran could deliver. We're talking 12 months, 12 epic festivals across the United States. From the snow-capped mountains of Sundance to the vibrant streets of New Orleans, from the heart of Texas to the California desert, we're covering it all. So buckle up, grab your calendar, and get ready to mark some serious dates. We're about to embark on a journey to discover the best festivals America has to offer. Let's do this. First stop, Park City, Utah, the beating heart of independent cinema. That's right, we're kicking things off with Sundance Film Festival, the ultimate pilgrimage for film buffs and aspiring filmmakers. Picture this: crisp mountain air, snow-covered streets, and the electrifying buzz of the unexpected. Sundance isn't just a festival, it's a launchpad for groundbreaking stories, a place where careers are made and dreams take flight. Now listen up, because this is crucial. Book your accommodations early, and I mean early. Park City transforms into a bustling hub of creativity, and those hotel rooms vanish faster than you can say action. But hey, don't sweat it if Park City is booked solid. Salt Lake City is just a hop, skip, and a jump away, offering more budget-friendly options and easy access to the festival's free shuttles. Trust me, you won't miss a beat. Now, you're not just coming to Sundance to watch movies, are you? You're here for the full experience, the energy, the vibe, the après-ski scene that's as legendary as the festival itself. So, what are you waiting for? Hit the slopes at Park City Mountain Resort for a day of adrenaline-pumping skiing and snowboarding. Carve up that fresh powder, breathe in that mountain air, and let the stress melt away. But hold on, there's more. Main Street, the heart and soul of Park City, is calling your name. This is where you'll find charming boutiques overflowing with unique finds, art galleries showcasing local talent, and restaurants serving up culinary masterpieces. Trust me, Sundance is more than just a film festival. It's a feast for the senses. So soak it all in, embrace the energy, and get ready for an unforgettable experience. Next up, we're trading in those snow boots for beads and heading straight into the heart of New Orleans for Mardi Gras, baby. This isn't just a festival. It's a way of life, a celebration of indulgence, music, and pure, unadulterated joy. Get ready to immerse yourself in a whirlwind of vibrant colors, infectious rhythms, and the sweet smell of beignets in the air. From the elaborate costumes to the pulsating energy of the parades, Mardi Gras is an experience unlike any other. Now let's talk strategy. You want to be in the thick of it all, right? That means snagging a hotel room in the French Quarter or Uptown. These neighborhoods are ground zero for the festivities, putting you within walking distance of all the action. And remember, Mardi Gras is a marathon, not a sprint. Arrive early to stake out your spot for the big parades like Zulu and Rex. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck behind a sea of people when those floats start rolling. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mardi Gras is all about the parades, the music, the revelry, and you're not wrong, but New Orleans has so much more to offer beyond the beads and the throws. Take a stroll through the Garden District, a haven of elegant mansions, lush gardens, and a glimpse into the city's rich history. It's a world away from the frenzy of the French Quarter, a chance to catch your breath and soak up the city's unique charm. And speaking of charm, you can't leave New Orleans without experiencing a swamp tour. Glide through the bayou, encounter alligators and other wildlife, and learn about the fascinating ecosystem that surrounds this vibrant city. But let's be real, no trip to New Orleans is complete without indulging in its culinary delights. We're talking gumbo, jambalaya, po' boys, and of course those melt-in-your-mouth beignets. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you. All right, so you want to experience the National Cherry Blossom Festival in DC? Let me tell you, it's epic. But timing is everything, people. You gotta plan your trip around the peak bloom. I'm talking about that magical time when those cherry trees are exploding with pink blossoms. It's like walking into a real-life fairy tale. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now, here's the deal. Peak bloom is different every year. It all depends on the weather, but don't sweat it. They've got this thing called the Bloom Tracker. It's like a crystal ball for cherry blossoms. Check it out online before you book anything. That way, you'll be there when those blossoms are at their absolute prime. Boom! Listen, parking near the tidal basin during the festival? Forget about it. Seriously, it's a nightmare. You'll spend more time circling the block than actually seeing the blossoms. Do yourself a favor, ditch the car. D.C. quote. S got a pretty solid public transportation system. Hop on the metro, jump on a bus, or even rent a bike. It's way less stressful and way more efficient. Plus, you'll get to soak in more of the city vibes that way. And trust me, D.C. quote. S got some good ones. Speaking of city vibes, while you're in town, make sure you check out the Smithsonian museums. They're freaking awesome. And guess what? They're free. Free is always good, am I right? You can spend all day wandering through history, art, and all sorts of cool stuff. It's a must-do. All right, Coachella, the holy grail of music festivals. This isn't your last-minute kind of trip, people. We're talking months in advance. Tickets sell out faster than hotcakes. And I'm not just talking about the tickets, I'm talking about everything. Flights, hotels, Airbnbs, they all get booked up. So as soon as those dates drop, jump on it like your life depends on it. Now let's talk essentials. Coachella is in the desert, my friends. It's hot, it's dusty, and it's gonna test your limits. Sunscreen, hat, sunglasses, consider those non-negotiable. Hydration is key. Bring a reusable water bottle and refill. And don't even think about wearing those brand new sneakers. Comfortable shoes are your best friend at Coachella. Trust me on that. Look, Coachella is more than just a music festival. It's an experience. And that experience extends beyond the festival grounds. We're talking about the magic of the desert, baby. First up, Joshua Tree National Park. It's like stepping onto another planet. Hike through those otherworldly landscapes, snap some epic photos, and just soak it all in. Or head to Palm Springs. It's all about those mid-century modern vibes, pool parties, and a little bit of Hollywood history. Perfect for a day trip or a post-festival wind-down. And if you're looking for something a little more low-key, check out the Coachella Valley Preserve. It's a hidden gem with hiking trails, wildlife, and some serious peace and quiet. All right, folks, let's talk about the Kentucky Derby. It's not just a horse race, it's a spectacle. And part of that spectacle is looking the part. On Derby Day, it's all about dressing to impress. Guys, dust off that seersucker suit. Ladies, find yourself a fabulous hat. Seriously, the hats are like works of art. Think big, think bold, think Kentucky Derby. Now let's talk strategy. Tickets for the Derby sell out fast, so don't drag your feet. Get those tickets locked down early. And if you're on a budget, consider the infield. It's a wild time, with a more laid-back vibe. Think tailgating, live music, and a whole lot of energy. Just be prepared for a crowd. It gets packed. Look, Louisville is more than just horses and hats. There's a whole city out there waiting to be explored. First up, the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory. It's a baseball lover's dream. You can see how those iconic bats are made, hold some legendary lumber in your own hands, and maybe even catch a game at the nearby stadium. And then there's the Bourbon Trail. Kentucky is bourbon country, and this is your chance to sample the good stuff. We're talking about distillery tours, tastings, and maybe even a cocktail or two. Just remember to pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, there you have it. The Kentucky Derby and beyond. Get ready for some Southern hospitality, some high-stakes racing, and a whole lot of fun. Chapter 7. Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. Bonnaroo, man. This ain't your grandma's music festival. It's a 4-day marathon of music, art, and good vibes. And trust me, you gotta be prepared. We're talking serious camping action here, people. Now you've got two options. Pitch your tent in the Bonnaroo campgrounds and really live the experience. Or if you're feeling a little less adventurous, snag a hotel room in nearby Nashville. It's only an hour away. If you're camping, listen up. Get there early, like really early. You want to set up camp before the real craziness begins. Trust me, wrestling a tent in the dark after a long day of travel is not how you want to start Bonnaroo. And for the love of all that is good, stay hydrated. Seriously, this Tennessee heat is no joke. Bring reusable water bottles, refill them constantly, and pace yourself. This isn't a sprint, it's a 4-day dance party. You gotta keep going. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bonnaroo is all about the music, right? And yeah, the lineup is always insane. But Bonnaroo is so much more than just the bands. Take some time to explore the grounds. You've got art installations, comedy shows, yoga classes, even a Ferris wheel. This place is like a mini city built on good vibes, and there's something for everyone. And hey, if you need a break from the festival madness, hop in the car and take a quick trip to Nashville. It's only an hour away, and it's a whole other world of fun. Live music, incredible food, and that southern hospitality you've heard so much about. So yeah, Bonnaroo is an experience, and like any good experience, it's about more than just the main event. Get out there, explore, and soak it all in. You won't regret it. Chapter 8. Taste of Chicago. All right, Chicago, the Windy City, home of deep dish pizza, legendary blues, and of course, the taste of Chicago. Now, this ain't your average street fair, folks. We're talking 5 straight days of pure culinary bliss, with over 70 food vendors serving up the best of Chicago's diverse food scene. Now listen up, because this is important. Grant Park, where the taste goes down, gets packed. Like seriously crowded. So ditch the car, hop on the L, grab a divvy bike, or hail a rideshare. Once you're inside, it's a whirlwind of sights, sounds, and smells. You've got everything from classic Chicago-style hot dogs and Italian beef to Michelin-starred restaurants serving up gourmet bites. It's a foodie paradise, but it can be overwhelming if you're not prepared. First things first, arrive early, like before the lunch rush hits. This way you can beat the lines and get first dibs on all the good stuff. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck waiting in a 2-hour line for a slice of pizza. Okay, so you've had your fill of deep dish pizza and Chicago hot dogs. Your stomach is doing backflips, you're covered in mustard, and you're pretty sure you've gained 10 pounds. But the fun doesn't stop there, folks. The Taste of Chicago is more than just a food festival. It's a celebration of all things Chicago. So once you've loosened your belt a notch or two, take some time to explore the rest of what the city has to offer. Head over to Millennium Park, snap a selfie with Cloud Gate, you know, the bean, and check out the incredible art installations. Or take a stroll down the Chicago Riverwalk, maybe hop on an architecture boat tour. You'll learn a thing or two about the city's history and get some killer Instagram shots. Chapter 9, Burning Man. All right, Burning Man. This isn't just a festival, it's an experience. It's a week-long experiment in self-reliance, community, and radical self-expression, all set against the backdrop of the Nevada desert. It's hot, dusty, and unlike anything you've ever seen. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Burning Man is not for the faint of heart. You're talking about extreme weather conditions, limited resources, and a whole lot of dust. This is not a spectator sport, people. This is about participation, about leaving your comfort zone behind and embracing the unexpected. First things first, you gotta come prepared. We're talking serious survival gear here. Sunscreen, goggles, dust masks, the works. And remember, Burning Man is a cashless society, so bring everything you need to survive for a week. You can rent an RV if you're feeling fancy, but most people opt for tents or camp out in their cars. And let me tell you, setting up camp in the middle of the desert is no walk in the park. Be prepared to get your hands dirty and embrace the dust. So you've survived the dust storms, the heat, and the porta potties. You've traded candy bracelets with strangers, danced under the neon sky, and witnessed the burning of the man. Now what? Well, Burning Man is all about community, and one of the best ways to experience that is by joining a theme camp. These camps offer everything from yoga classes and workshops to themed parties and art installations. And when you're ready for a break from the sensory overload of the playa, hop in the car and head to Reno. It's only a short drive away and offers a welcome dose of civilization. Grab a bite to eat, catch a movie, and recharge your batteries before heading back into the madness. Or if you're looking for something a little more low-key, check out Pyramid Lake. It's a beautiful, serene spot just outside of Reno, perfect for swimming, kayaking, or just relaxing by the water and reflecting on the madness you've just witnessed. All right, guys, picture this. Hundreds upon hundreds of hot air balloons, all shapes and sizes, rising into the dawn sky. It's like a scene straight out of a dream, and it's exactly what you get at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. This ain't your average hot air balloon festival. This is the Super Bowl of ballooning. This is a bucket list event, people, and you need to experience it at least once in your life. But, and this is a big but, you've got to be smart about it. This thing is huge and it draws massive crowds, so planning is key. First things first, book your accommodations early. Like, seriously, early. And if you can swing it, get a room with a view of the launch field. Trust me, it's worth the extra bucks. Now, you know me, I'm all about that energy, that early morning hustle. And at Balloon Fiesta, the early bird definitely catches the worm. You want to be up before the sun, coffee in hand, ready to witness the magic of the mass ascension. There's just something so surreal about seeing all those balloons take flight as the first rays of light hit them. It's pure magic, I'm telling you. So, you've had your fill of balloon gazing. You've taken a million photos, maybe even hopped on a balloon ride yourself. What's next? Well, Albuquerque has a lot more to offer than just hot air balloons. First up, you gotta take a ride on the Sandia Peak Tramway. This thing whisks you up to the top of the Sandia Mountains, where you'll get jaw-dropping panoramic views of the entire city and beyond. Seriously, it's like looking out over the whole world. And speaking of views, if you're looking for that perfect Instagram shot, head over to the Tinkertown Museum. This place is a trip, a wild collection of miniature worlds and quirky exhibits, all handmade by a single artist. It's like stepping into someone's imagination. And there are photo ops galore. Trust me, your followers will be hitting that like button like crazy. Now, no trip to Albuquerque would be complete without experiencing the city's rich history and culture. And there's no better place to do that than in Old Town Albuquerque. This is the heart of the city, where you'll find historic adobe buildings, charming shops, and some of the best New Mexican food you'll ever taste. Seriously, the green chili cheeseburgers here are legendary. So yeah, Albuquerque is more than just a balloon festival. It's a city with its own unique vibe, a blend of cultures, stunning scenery, and of course, the magic of flight. All right, let's talk beer, brats, and Bavarian good times, people. We're heading to Helen, Georgia, a little slice of Germany nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains. This place goes all out for Oktoberfest, transforming into a full-blown Bavarian bash with Oompa bands, traditional costumes, and enough beer to float a stein. Now, if you're picturing a massive beer tent packed with thousands of people, you're not wrong. Oktoberfest in Helen is a party and everyone's invited. But here's the thing. If you're rolling with a crew, you gotta plan ahead. Reserve a table at one of the beer halls. Otherwise, you'll be stuck playing musical chairs all night long. And trust me, after a few liters of German beer, nobody wants to be wandering around looking for a place to sit. But Oktoberfest is about more than just beer. Although, let's be real, the beer is pretty fantastic. It's about embracing the culture, the music, the food, the whole shebang. So get yourself a pretzel the size of your head, try some schnitzel, and for the love of all that is holy, don't forget the sauerkraut. Okay, so you've had your fill of beer and brats, you've danced the polka till you can't feel your legs, and maybe even attempted to yodel along with the band. Now what? Well, you're in luck because Helen, Georgia and its surrounding area are full of natural beauty and outdoor adventures. First up, you gotta check out Anna Ruby Falls. It's a short drive from Helen, nestled in the Chattahoochee National Forest. You'll hike through lush forests, cross babbling brooks, and be rewarded with not one but two stunning waterfalls cascading down moss-covered rocks. It's the perfect way to walk off all that beer and sausage and to reconnect with nature after the Oktoberfest madness. And if hiking is your jam, you're in the right place. The North Georgia mountains are a hiker's paradise, with trails for every skill level. For a real challenge, tackle a section of the Appalachian Trail, which winds its way through the region. Or for a more laid-back experience, take a scenic drive along the Russell-Brasstown Scenic Byway, stopping at overlooks to soak in the breathtaking mountain views. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for a more urban adventure, Atlanta is just a short drive away. You can explore the Georgia Aquarium, visit the world of Coca-Cola, or catch a show at the Fox Theater. So yeah, Helen and its surrounding area have something for everyone. All right, guys, we're headed south to the Lone Star State. And I'm not talking about some boring trip to see the Alamo. We're diving headfirst into the Texas Renaissance Festival, and trust me, this ain't your grandma's history class. Picture this, 8 weekends straight, from late September to Thanksgiving. This place transforms into a whole other world. We're talking 55 acres over 20 stages, and enough jousting, juggling, and turkey legs to satisfy your inner medieval maniac. This is where history gets real, people. You can wander through the streets, interact with costumed characters, and honestly, it's like stepping right into a time machine. And let me tell you, the commitment here is insane. People go all out with their costumes, and I mean all out. So if you ever wanted to try on a suit of armor, haggle with a merchant, or just lose yourself in a world of knights and nobles, this is your chance. And believe me, the energy here is contagious. Now listen up, because I'm about to drop some serious TRF knowledge bombs on you. First things first, costumes. Don't even think about showing up in your everyday clothes. This is your chance to embrace the Renaissance spirit, so rent a costume, go all out, and become part of the spectacle. Trust me, it's way more fun that way. Next up, get there early. Like, seriously early. This place gets packed faster than a New York subway at rush hour, and you don't want to miss out on the good stuff. Plus, arriving early lets you scope out the lay of the land, grab a map, and plan your attack for the day. And speaking of planning, bring cash. Not all vendors take cards, and you don't want to be caught empty-handed when you find that perfect handcrafted leather mug or a giant turkey leg that's calling your name. Finally, pace yourself. There's so much to see and do here, from jousting tournaments to live music to artisan demonstrations. Don't try to cram it all into one day. Take your time, soak it all in, and just enjoy the experience. All right, folks, hold on to your Santa hats because we're about to get festive. Forget the crowded malls and cheesy holiday tunes. We're heading to Kennebunkport, Maine for Christmas Prelude, a magical celebration that'll make you feel like you stepped straight into a Hallmark movie. This place is basically the definition of Christmas charm. We're talking twinkling lights, horse-drawn carriages, and enough holiday cheer to melt even the Grinch's heart. And the best part? It's not just some cheesy commercial thing. Kennebunkport is a real town with real people who go all out for the holidays. You've got local shops selling handmade gifts, carolers filling the air with festive tunes, and even Santa himself making an appearance. So if you're looking for a Christmas experience that's authentic, charming, and just plain magical, Kennebunkport's Christmas Prelude is where it's at. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Now, let me break down why Christmas Prelude is more than just a pretty picture. First off, the food. Forget the fruitcake and eggnog. We're talking lobster bisque, clam chowder, and fresh-baked gingerbread cookies that'll rock your world. And then there are the activities. You can go ice skating, take a horse-drawn carriage ride, or even hop on a lobster boat tour for a unique perspective on the festivities. And yes, I said lobster boat tour during Christmas. Trust me, it's awesome. But here's the real magic of Christmas Prelude. It's about slowing down and appreciating the simple things. It's about strolling through the snow-covered streets, listening to the carolers, and soaking up the festive atmosphere. It's about disconnecting from the hustle and bustle and reconnecting with what truly matters. Spending time with loved ones and creating memories that'll last a lifetime. And there you have it, folks. From the sun-drenched deserts of Coachella to the snow-covered streets of Kennebunkport, we've explored 12 incredible festivals that'll make 2025 a year to remember. So, pack your bags, grab your friends, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more travel tips, guides, and festival adventures. And be sure to let me know in the comments which festivals are on your bucket list. Until next time, safe travels and happy festival going.